Once upon a time, in the lush green meadows near the forest edge, there lived a playful little bunny named Benny. Benny had soft, fluffy fur and big, curious eyes. Every day, he hopped around, nibbling on clover and racing through the fields with his friends. But today, something unusual caught his attention. A long, shiny, slippery snake was slithering through the tall grass nearby. Benny had heard all sorts of tales about snakes. Some animals said snakes couldn't be trusted, that they were always looking for a tasty snack, and that bunnies should keep their distance. But this snake didn't look mean. In fact, he seemed quite calm, sliding along lazily and enjoying the warmth of the sun. Curious as always, Benny cautiously hopped closer and called out, "Hey there, Mr. Snake! What are you up to?" The snake, whose name was Sylvester, lifted his head and smiled. Well, as much as a snake could smile. "Hello, little bunny. I'm just enjoying the sunshine. What about you?" Benny blinked in surprise. Sylvester didn't seem scary at all. He was polite, and his voice was soft, not hissy or sneaky like Benny had imagined. "I'm just hopping around," Benny replied, still unsure. "But, aren't snakes supposed to, eat bunnies like me?" Sylvester let out a gentle laugh. "Oh no, Benny. Not all snakes are the same. Some might hunt, but I much prefer a nice juicy apple to a bunny breakfast. You can trust me. Besides, who needs enemies when friends are so much better?" Benny's ears twitched as he thought about it. Could he really trust a snake? He had been told his whole life to be careful around snakes, but Sylvester seemed kind. Benny wasn't sure what to do. Just then, Benny's friend, Penny the Squirrel, scurried down from a nearby tree. "Benny, what are you doing talking to a snake? They're sneaky. They can't be trusted." Benny hesitated. Should he believe Penny's warning or give Sylvester a chance? Sylvester sighed and looked down. "I know people don't always trust me, just because of how I look. But I'd never hurt anyone. You see, I've been misunderstood all my life." Penny crossed her tiny arms and glared. "Misunderstood? Benny, let's go." But Benny stood still, his little nose twitching as he thought. Sylvester hadn't done anything to harm him. Maybe, just maybe, it was time to see beyond what everyone else said. Benny turned to Penny and said, "I think we shouldn't judge Sylvester just because he's a snake. He's been kind to me so far, and I want to give him a chance." Penny looked surprised, but after a moment she nodded. "Well, if you say so, Benny, but I'll be watching him." Over the next few days, Benny and Sylvester spent more time together. Benny discovered that Sylvester was full of fun stories about the forest and even knew the best spots to find sweet, crunchy carrots. Benny and Penny soon realized that Sylvester was a loyal and trustworthy friend. One sunny afternoon, while the three friends were playing near a stream, Benny hopped up onto a rock and smiled. "I'm glad I didn't judge you by your scales, Sylvester. You're a great friend." Sylvester flicked his tongue and grinned. "And I'm glad you gave me a chance, Benny. We may be different, but that doesn't mean we can't be the best of friends." From that day on, Benny the bunny and Sylvester the snake were inseparable. Benny learned that true friendship isn't about what someone looks like, but about who they are on the inside. And Sylvester? Well, he was happy to have friends who saw him for who he really was. And they all lived happily ever after,